Early touch for Matt Stoffels. It was his goal that decided the World Cup quarterfinal in Rio.
Now, we are live for the France-Germany match. There's a lot of pressure on France. By far, they're the favorite this game. They should be able to win the game. Germany are out on a low for Joachim.
Look at how they're lining up.
He's out on a low. I don't know who they're going to play in the round of 16, but depending on who they play against, it could be out in the round of 16. It could be out of the tournament. I mean, they should be able to beat Hungary, so they should be able to go through to the knockouts. But France are by far a favorite, and they have to win. Germany's in decline. They got talent, though, but France have to go in. Griezmann has struggled. Mbappe has played well for Paris Saint-Germain. Paul Pogba, inconsistent, but can be the best in his day if he feels like it.
Timing of those defeats that was so damaging. It's
Havertz, World Cup winner. Champions League winner. N'Golo Kante, best holding midfielder in the world. Nobody see my Tweety. Is this formula going to work again? Just a hold 1-0, 2-0. Is it going to work? Is it going to work again?
Thomas Müller.
Still loads of talent despite this being a weaker version of Germany. Serge Gnabry's the guy to look out for. He's the guy that needs to make the difference for Germany. Him and Thomas Müller and Toni Kroos out there. But you got to have a finisher. Is Forner going to choke again? Now what? Griezmann has struggled, but they've got a finisher. Kylian Mbappe.
Ginter have a good idea of where Mbappe is on France on the counter here as they defend this. It is towards Hummels. Good ball in.
Yeah, didn't square his head right there. Goal kick.
Out of favor.
Could be 0-0 at the half, like the Portugal game today. When Otto came in and he broke the Euro record. I guess this is going to be a Euro about records versus actually winning the Euros because Fernando Santos is going to be too conservative for this version of Portugal. He isn't going to go all balls out blazing like Roberto Martinez. Meanwhile, in Belgium, he's got the right approach for a team full of stacked talent. That approach is not going to work for Portugal this time around. They need to do a little better, showing some teeth with the attacking talent that they have. That was a feisty challenge. The crowd is booing, but he got the ball there. That was pretty good. Was it really a trading bust up between Kylian Mbappe and Olivier Giroud? Is this all media sensationalism? Mbappe was calling for his own press conference. I have no idea why. He was sort of taking it like a girl a little bit. Olivier Giroud didn't directly call out Mbappe. Mbappe said all is good. We got to go find out. Because, Mbappe, like a scorned woman, was still hold out in practice. Guy needs to grow up, man. Giroud came in and scored 2 goals during the warm-up match. Mbappe didn't. Giroud's just saying you got to do better, that's all. You should take it the good way. Ronaldo would take it the good way, too. Ronaldo wouldn't be a big baby. He's got to take note from his idol. That's certainly not how Ronaldo would react to not even direct criticism. It was indirect criticism. His crowd's getting into it now.
Yeah. 6 minutes in, and Conte's had 4-1 tackles, 2 interceptions. It's remarkable, isn't it?
Conte's getting involved in it, say the least.
You know, we talk a lot about the fluidity and mobility up front for France. You get a lot of that with the 3 up front for Germany. Gnabry, Havertz, and Muller start for the first time ever. Pretty much.
It's going to be a good match.
Neither of them are now down number 9, and yet all 3 can.
Excessive heat warning. It's like 109 degrees here. It's hot as hell. I'm not even wearing shorts right now. At least I'm not sweating right now. My AC is like a set to like manual where you manipulate the settings a little bit. The AC just veers up and down. It's so weird. Not good to pick up a yellow card right now.
To this point, has produced fewer fouls than any other major championship, Euros or World Cup.
Now they should be in there playing Belgium or Portugal or England or someone in the knockouts. I mean, I got to go see the knockout bracket format again. I'm gonna have to do my knockout video once all these matches are all over. So yeah, Belgium are going to play against Italy. They're going to another crack at Italy again. Be nervous for that game, you know, but they will play Italy again. And he could have crossed the ball. He could have passed it better there. It looked like Germany had open lane to score a goal. And Germany has nothing to lose, while France have to show that they're the best team in the world. That's what has to happen.
12 appearances in Euros. A lot of ghosts.
Rudiger and Havertz, Champions League winners for Germany, who played for Chelsea, trying to make it to London. Germany were the last winners of the Euro over at London in 1996. Germany won the final. They've got Rudiger and Havertz, which are Chelsea players. And so, you know, this is something to look out for sure. It definitely could be a draw. It definitely can. I'm going for lunch right after this, so I'll be driving, and I will not be having any alcohol right now because I got stuff to do today.
Still exchanging messages.
It should be good. The Germany crowd I really like so far. They're really good.
Doing a good job of clogging the inner channels, not allowing Germany to play through the middle, force it to their wingbacks, and then when they get the right cue, that's where they press.
France will look to counter.
Try to swarm them and turn it over. They're not going to high press Germany. They're going to allow Germany to have a little bit of possession. But with now Benzema, Mbappe, and Griezmann up front, it's those little cues when the ball goes wide, you press, turn it over, now you've got them going on the counter. That's ultimately why Germany, I think...
These are all Mickey Mouse games until we make it to the knockouts.
To protect us when the ball turns over and give us that cover, because they don't have a ton of pace in the back.
I haven't seen the lineup, so I'll have to go see the lineup quickly.
Gross.
And so far, Germany's looked like the more active team, I should say.
Good to watch. Gimme. The one's made a run. So is Pogba. just get great reactions from Gnabry when the ball turns over. He's putting immediate pressure on the midfield of France. I think Germany's a little unlucky with that because it was more so Griezmann getting in the way of his own teammate Pogba.
Germany gets all the praise, and they do find a way to win. So Benzema is playing. Is Benzema going to have his moment there? Adrian Rabiot of Juventus is playing alongside Pogba and N'Golo Kante. Kim Pepe and Varane, Hernandez, Tavard. Looks like Samuel Umtiti lost his spot in the national team. He was the starter when they won the World Cup.
To watch how really good teams.
I'll probably stick with Stella Artois for my live beer choice as we go towards the knockout stage when, like you said, when these Mickey Mouse games are over.
It's spectacular on the eye, but it's a critical part of the match that will gradually unfold as things become a little looser. With 16 wins in their last 20 games, just one defeat. In the last World Cup, they lost just 3 of 30 matches. Griezmann. Mbappe.
Are they going to counter? The midfield is holding it pretty well.
Teams working very diligently to deny opportunity to the other. Benzema.
Benzema's got to be over the box to make a difference. They got to play Benzema directly in front of the box.
Back into Kroos. Nothing forthcoming from the Spanish referee. Pogba's running back. Here's Benzema. Hernandez so short by the pass. Griezmann in on the challenge. Just fantastic track.
Yeah, France are not looking good right now. I'm really surprised by the way how this game is going so far. That Germany is looking a lot better. I'm glad Ericsson is alive. Not everything's a conspiracy. Things just happen predeterminately with just what Kabbalah is. Explains reality.
Different role a little bit for Gundogan, isn't it? For those of us that have watched him for Manchester City have a career year season, this is a little bit of a different
Offsides or
what?
What's the call?
More robust, which he has it in him. He's also got to stay a little bit deeper and play next to Kroos to not allow the midfield of France to impact this game going to the middle. Once he did score a career best 17 goals for Manchester City this season. He is also on
that would be quite a shock if Germany win.
Midfielders just behind Rodri and Fernandinho when required. Let's have that mindset.
Let's see if this is like World War II, where the French and the Allies are coming in, and Hitler has to surrender. Let's see if that's what's going to happen for this game. That's something to wonder. Is Hitler going to, end of World War II symbolism?
Germany stretched and into behind for the corner. Just fantastic understanding between Griezmann and Benjamin Pavard. Griezmann dropped to the right fullback spot. Benjamin Pavard then slides
the Allies forward. Marching into Europe.
Really asking a serious question of the German back three with a dangerous ball in front of Manuel Neuer. A first corner for the French. Policeman will take it.
Let's see if this theme plays out. This match is at Munich, but they marched in the Berlin, so let's see if there's any symbolism about that.
Well, the delivery on point.
Portugal's not winning the Euros. They're not winning anything. They're not winning with that manager with this team. Portugal are going to choke. Messi's going to win Ballon d'Or, not Ronaldo. Ronaldo's going to lose again. This is Belgium's time.
Havertz, trying to touch it through to Gnabry. Gimme.
They're not paying up these odds like they did last time with Portugal. Portugal are going to lose.
Good control it. Gundogan, who then presented it to Pogba.
Rabiot.
Mbappe. Just looking for a possibility. An angle and forcing a...
Mbappe masterclass again at Germany. Something to look out for.
Up front who has the real technique to get you out of precarious positions, but then you've got the explosive 1v1 ability, and Mbappe on the left, cutting inside on his right. Great strike, better save from Neuer.
Remember the Champions League.
Griezmann's delivery this time is anything like the last. This will be a test.
Remember his brace against Bayern? Something to look out for.
Wipe the deck from it. Our stadium. 70,000 capacity. 80% of that's allowed to be filled. Really decent atmosphere. Germany's final warm-up game, a 7-1 counter against Latvia in Dusseldorf. And 1,000 people at it, but they sounded like 10,000.
Kind of bored so far. Good ball by Pogba.
It's a little risky for Manuel Neuer, but that's his way of doing things. The original sweeper keeper. It's emerging with Papa. Germany getting some good spots in between the lines, and a lot of it is the ability of Hummels to play out of pressure. Toni Kroos is in front of him, so both players doing a good job with that first pass being out of that pressure in between the lines, and a lot of it for Deschamps' concerns is that Gnabry isn't your out-and-out number 9, so he's going to pull off the two center-backs at times that now really asks some questions about that midfield in and around Conte. Germany doing a good job of getting in that spot, but then it's that final ball that's lacking because the back four from France has been on point so far. Excellent. Pogba.
Pavard, Bayern players playing there. And they go. On goal. Demiral and now Hummels. Second own goal of the tournament.
Germany over France has now scored for France. And it surprises Germany a little bit because as Paul Pogba gets in a real good spot, the initial thought is that this ball is going to be played into the feet of Mbappe, but he sees Hernandez coming over the top, and Hernandez does exactly what we saw in the Italy-Germany game of this European Championship tournament.
Hummels tipped it in.
And the last thing Mats Hummels wants to do is that ball to redirect in the back.
Demiral on goal. And now we got Hummels.
From Paul Pogba to switch the point of attack and give Fernandez an opportunity.
Second own goal of the tournament. Almost and Emerald.
Hernandez squeals away, celebrating his assist. Hummels will want to be credited.
Germany out on a low for the Euros. Joachim out on a low for Germany, the national manager.
There's no goal ever conceded by Germany at a European Championship. Antonio Rudiger. Robin Gosens. Griezmann. Put it by Kroos. Here's Müller. Gnabry. Kimmich. Well, they're attacking it. It came to Gosens.
They get a shutout.
Decent cross.
Oh, he missed.
The face by Thomas Müller.
Ah.
Well, we're going to find out very quickly about the psyche of the Germans coming into this tournament. Very fragile. You've had a good spell possession, good start in the first 20 minutes. Now you've got an own goal that now all of a sudden creeps in the back of your mind. Is this going to be the kind of tournament that we saw in 2018? So now
I thought
5 to 10 minutes in front of
Kimmich could have gotten a boot on that cross. I don't know.
Give yourself an opportunity to get back into this one. We're going to learn a ton about Germany in this tournament over the next 10 to 15 minutes here. My word, fate is a fickle companion in the life of a professional sports person.
Italy gets own goal, France gets own goal.
By Müller. Pursued by Havertz. Gundogan. And Hummels. Gnabry. Müller. Gundogan. Space opening up real by Gundogan. And then
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a free kick.
This is a very presentable platform and a position of opportunity for the German team. Well, initially, I was a little surprised Gundogan didn't play in Toni Kroos. Lucky touch off his left knee. And it was that trailing foot from Conte that brings down Gundogan. Dangerous set piece here for the Germans here at home. Toni Kroos is the one who's taking infinite care in placing it. Thomas Müller is also in attendance. With 100 camp veterans. I think this position is interesting. Under the French wall. Very interesting. Müller leaves it. Kroos takes. By the time it
wasn't fooling anyone there.
Gone from 10 yards away to 6. That's his chances of getting the ball up and over. Taking a while to get up after the challenge from Pogba. What a relationship that is in the midfield with Conte and Pogba. You know, with Conte next to you, you can take some chances and put some high pressure on defenders, especially Toni Kroos in this situation where he's trying to facilitate from those deep line positions. It's no coincidence that the last 27 games those two have started for France, they're undefeated. And a lot of it is because Conte's a one-man wrecking crew, and it allows Pogba to have a little bit more freedom chasing the game. Now Havertz. That could be adjustment necessary for Kimpembe. Toni Kroos. happy. Müller. Another free kick.
Oh, another free kick.
Just a tap further out.
He didn't like that call.
Last time it was Gross who spotted the ball up. Müller who fainted to take it. Gross who whacked it into the wall. Neither this man gets the opportunity on this occasion, or this Gross say, no, this is mine. It seems to be that that's the case. Angle of approach from Tony Kroos. Kroos then.
Too high.
A significant threat to Belarus.
No threat at all.
This one a little bit further out, as you said, John. So you didn't need the feint from Thomas Müller. It's difficult to get it up over the wall. You know, the one thing about Deschamps and the French is that there is a real continuity within the group. 14 of the 20-some-odd players were in Russia for the World Cup. And so when you come into a major tournament, you bring in some new blood, but you also have a ton of continuity in big moments, big games, understanding each other. And I think you're seeing that here with France in Munich tonight. They've conceded over 60% of the possession, but have they ever really looked uncomfortable? And the answer is no. Ilkay Gundogan. Oh, what a fantastic.
There's space on the left flank. Nice defense there by Les Bleus.
Inter. Kimmich. Got past Conte and got to Kimpembe. And it's racing across to be in the face of the referee's assistant. To you, because he's on a yellow card. Yeah, but I think he's arguing the last touch is off France, if I'm not mistaken. Great pressure here from Kimmich on his Bayern Munich teammate Hernandez, but that ball touched.
I touched Conte.
Kimmich is 100% correct. That should have been a corner.
Red. How can it be so blind, Ralph? Another red call. I've seen so many red moments of this Euro competition. Too many.
Good one. Bubbles.
Now, this is all they have to do is just hold a lead. That's basically all they have to do. They don't have to do anything else this game. All they have to do is hold a lead. That's all they have to do. Pretty easy. They can pass it back to themselves as much as they can. They're in control of the game. They got the most dangerous attack of the game that resulted in the own goal. That incident with Giroud and Mbappe, that won't do much at all.
Losing opening half hour in Munich. Unfortunate maximals. Moment of anguish. Tangible difference between these two great rivals. 32nd meeting. France have the historical edge, 14 wins to Germany's 9. It's casual, overly casual. Gross. Doesn't seem so easy. Gimme. Gundogan. Griezmann.
Rabiot. They're in complete control. Low is out on the low. Joachim is out on the low.
There, but as Griezmann broke with France, that was 100% a tactical foul. And now you're curious whether or not the referee goes back and gives, from my understanding, it was Rudiger on the tactical foul. But great work from France to get out of that pressure.
Germany have nothing to lose. They should absolutely go out and go all out, balls out. In this media circus with Giroud and Mbappe, it's just an absolute joke. It is an absolute farce, as far as I can tell. It's just the British media is trying to derail the French team before a super group of death game. That's what the whole thing was. Okay, let's see what just happened. Let's see what Germany has to offer. Well, everybody on France is back on the other half of their pitch.
You can see what Germany is
trying to do very slow build-up
of France, Sean, and a lot of it is the mobility of Gnabry pulling off, trying to get either Varane or Kimpembe to come with him. But those two center backs of France have done a fantastic job of understanding when one steps into the midfield and off of that back line, the other provides that cover and balance it behind. So then that threatening ball from Germany, while they have had many possession moments in these spots, how many real threatening diagonal balls have hit behind the back four of France? And it's very little. Kroos. Great beat by Varane. What a career this guy has had. Before the age of 25, he had 4 Champions League titles and a World Cup title. He's been around forever, and he's only 28. His fantastic skill and technique to get him out of that pressure from Germany. Euro 2020 continues tomorrow. 3 more games. We start with Finland against Russia. Early start for that one. Coverage begins 8:30 a.m. Eastern. 9 a.m. And all the matches from UEFA Euro 2020 streaming live on our ESPN app. Griezmann. Now he's one-on-one. Almost getting close to him. Benzema waits.
Quarter.
It's just the silky touches from Griezmann to get you out of those little half spaces. And Mbappe has a wonderful understanding of reading that body language and then knowing when to time those runs in behind. Difficult spot this for Mbappe, knowing you're going up against 3 center backs. So you've got to be very, very smart with how you time your runs in behind. And he's done so 3 or 4 times the last 10 to 15 minutes. really exposing the back line of Germany. Sorry. There you go, down. Let's lock this back pass.
The little back passes.
Never lost their opening match at a European Championship. But they did, of course, lose their opener at the last World Cup against Mexico, and that was a sign of things to come. Kimmy. Gross.
You shoot. Oh, he joked. This dude joked.
Dead-eyed for Manchester City this season, unable to keep it on target. Coming off the season where he scored 17 goals.
This dude absolutely choked. Look at that.
It gives Gundogan an opportunity, but it was the presence of Paul Pogba off the right shoulder, right here, that just limits Gundogan putting his laces right through it.
Way to go, Pogba. If only he played like that all the time. Lazy, man. Lazy. Is it really all down to the manager? This German crowd is restless with all of the waiting around and the back passing to the keeper. Hard to see Germany score in this game.
Gross. Gross. Well, that looked more like play acting by Hernandez, but
caught his boot.
was a case for a foul the other way. He was caught by a finger. The question is, does Kimmich's right foot come up on Hernandez's face? Absolutely it does. And that is right in front of the assistant referee. Not the arm, but the boot. The actual contact.
Where's the card? You know, where's the card for that?
Kimmich a yellow card. He's now going to have a massive, massive say into this game, because that is not the first time we've seen these two Bayern Munich teammates get after one another in this first half. It's not one of the battles. Explained that in his opinion it was accidental. It was a natural part of his follow through. Referee had to accept that version of events. Conte, Benzema, Mbappe on the burst, and Hummels with just enough to get there first.
So, guys, we're playing at home.
Conte.
Havard. Muller.
Fabio.
Neuer.
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Whenever we talk about Conte, they talk about the fitness and the range. It's also the brains, John. It's just reading the game and knowing exactly where it needs to be. In early. In for Benzema.
Cadaver.
Oh, they sorted out by Kimmich. What a ball that was from Pogba. Germany with better. Come on. Kimmich.
Oh, they got a jump. Nice defense.
Still won the Champions League final for Chelsea.
In Kimmich.
Close.
These are the guys playing at home.
Serge Gnabry. Now Mbappe can set off. Pulling men back. Benzema providing us a boost. In France. I mean, the technique, the tactics, the awareness, just an absolute world-class level this first half. And you're seeing it from both sides. It's given this game an intensity that few of the forwards have had.
I don't think I like the pan-continental style of hosting the tournament. I just think that, I don't know, it feels like exhibition games when these games are held over at the national team stadiums. I mean, I think it gives an opportunity for a top dog to get knocked out of the group stage when you have it over at a neutral site, a neutral venue.
Rendition of the French national anthem. Supporters of Les Bleus. But the assistant referee a lecture about the offside law, I think. It's offside. Oh, without any question.
I mean, quit crying. It's obviously offsides, man. Just go back, man. Some of these guys are so overly traumatic. So Team Low is out on a low. But you understand that Havertz and Rudiger winning the Champions League for a London club. It all has to do with the fact that Germany was the last team to win the Euro over at Wembley. Don't mean they're going to win. Just means it has to do with the last winner. And all this happened before the start of the Euro. But I still like the Red Devils to win the tournament from Belgium. Black Lives Matter. Lukaku's goal. Salute has made Eriksson. Sterling at the front of racial hatred and messages on social media. You got to wonder about the narrative of Black Lives Matter too with all this.
Attempt to take a bite out of his right shoulder.
Is Lukaku going to be the king of Europe after not just the king of Milan, but the king of Europe?
You and I and everyone else expected two teams filling each other out, two teams that are going to try to impose their will on games in different ways.
Ronaldo needs to stay and to unseat Lukaku as the best footballer in Italy. In the Serie A. That's what he needs to do once Lukaku wins the Euro. Ronaldo needs to stay and to unseat Romelu Lukaku. He needs to win the Champions League for you, but he needs to unseat Lukaku. We'll be talking about Lukaku and how old Ronaldo is. That's going to be the big talk of Serie A next year.
The potential price was that it would be extremely hard to prove.
Joseph Robinette Biden is part French too. This guy is the president now.
An entirely gripping first half. Max Hummels with a very unfortunate own goal on his return to big-time international football.
Yep, time to go out to lunch right now. Probably watch this game when I go out. Suspected that France is going to win this game. It may be up between France and Portugal. France could get its revenge against Portugal. Someone may have to unseat France in the knockouts. The team that has the best chance to beat France is Belgium.
Did so a couple of times for Portugal. Plenty of highlights coming up.